Hello, hi there everybody. Do hope that you are all well there in Facebook land. My name is Bella and perhaps you're watching me on repeat on YouTube. Most people know me as Bella's Secret Psychic, and every Monday to Friday normally I come on and give you a daily energy read. I pull a card to let you know what the energy is all about today and how to navigate it successfully or not. If you are there watching me live on Facebook, do say hey, hi and hello. And perhaps if you're watching on YouTube, particularly because after tomorrow I'm going to be away, which means I won't be able to send these to YouTube. I've done some pre-records while I'm away, so if you just watch the links just down below, you can join me on my page, so then that way you won't miss my daily energy reads. And also that I might pop on live wherever I am in the States to say hello. So anyway, because it is my last Monday, because I have a little bit of time, and I mean a little bit of time, I've got about 20 minutes, I've got a little treat for those of you who are watching. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to get through as many people as I can. I'm going to pull individual cards for people. So, tell your friends. 20 minutes. I'm going to give it like a couple of minutes for people just to catch up and be here, to just join in, but I'm going to pull one card. All you have to do is say hey, hi, hello. You don't have to ask me a question. If you want to, you can, but you know, by the time you type that out, I'm just going to pull a card for you, and I'm going to give you a general overview with that card. All right? So, are you excited? I don't do these very often, so this is your opportunity. And I'm only going to pull from my Rider-Waite deck as well, because it's just easier in 20 minutes to be able to just pull from the deck that I rely on the most when I do things. So, hello Louise, hope that you're well. Hi Anita. So again, if you want me to pull a card for you today, because if you don't, I'll just do the one. I'll just do the one card for the energy. All you got to do is say hello. Just say hello and I will pull a card for you. All right? So just before we do that, I am going to be going away in 2 days. Tomorrow is my last day for anybody who wants to order any videos. If I get too busy and you go to my website and you see there's no facility for you to order, it's because I've had to take it off my site before I take on too much that I can't actually manage. I've already had to do that with my calls, so my calls I'm booked now, and so it's only video readings that I'm taking at this time. So shall we start? If you're watching and you're just joining in and you're thinking that this is just the normal daily read, it's not. I'm going to pull a card for the next 20 minutes while I have some time before I go into my next call, to pull a card individually for people, and all you got to do is say hello. All right, so let's start with, let's go back to Louise. So long since I managed to tune in and you came on, and I'm here. That's right, it's been a while since I've seen you here, Louise. You're right. So let's pull a card for you, shall we? What is it the universe wants you to know? Well, I love this card. 7 of Pentacles. So for you, Louise, it's saying here that you're going to be starting something that's going to grow. So my guides are indicating that this is around personal development. So this is going to be something that you're going to be learning, that's going to help you with work efforts and money later on. So you're right at the beginnings of it, but do it. So if you've had an idea and you're thinking that whether I should do this or not, definitely do it. Because you see how this person's sowing and then they're looking at all what they've grown. You know, it's literally growing money on trees. So there's particularly my guide's saying this around personal development. Sometimes I get this card when it's about new business ideas in particular, but if you're in particular, because I keep bringing up things about you and studying and learning. So this could be as simple as, you know, Reiki course, for example. It doesn't have to be that full-on, you know, college degree, but it's about personal development. Do it because it will bear fruit. And that's the card for you. So I'm going to do these really quickly, everybody. So hi, Anita. I'm going to pull a card for you. If you're watching, I'm pulling a card individually for the next 20 minutes. Just for one people, all you have to do is say hey, hi and hello. That's all you have to do. So Anita, oh dear. You have the Ace of Swords. So remember, cards can have different meanings. And sometimes I might not even read them the way that, you know, other people might be familiar with. But and I say that because for you, my dear, firstly, swords could be about thoughts and the way we think about things. But first of all, there is some more truth that's going to be revealed. Now, I get here, Anita, that this is not necessarily about you, because I think you know all the truth you need to know. I get here more truth being revealed around other parties, which only makes the way that they think. Now, in particular, without giving too much away, a female is thinking, all right, that makes her realise, snaps, my guides are saying here. She learns the truth. Now, because it's a sword, it's quite blunt, it's quite hard, and it seems to be something that in the end goes in your favour. So this is a third party situation, the other person being quite, what's the word to use, realising basically that something needs to give because of this truth, this final truth. And it may not even come from the idea that somebody has done something, but it comes from the idea that basically you can't keep going on like this. And I think that you'll understand that, if that makes sense. Again, if you're joining in, I'm putting cards for people. Hi, Karen. I'm going to pull a card for you now. What does the universe want you to know? In a very general, simple, quick way, because I'm trying to get through many people at this time. Okay, you got the 8 of Cups, my dear. 8 of Cups. Again, very similar to Louise's, but slightly different. It's saying here that things are... This is a weird one, because this card normally indicates that things are stable, but you're looking for something different. But my guides are saying here slightly the opposite. They're saying here that things was stable. And then something, see how there's one cup missing? You know, I say one cup missing because it's not, because there's 8. But if, you know, if I was doing this, I'd put another cup there or another cup there. There is some cups missing. And that's what they're filling in on. They're saying something was stable, then it became unstable. And the only way to get stability back from this period of instability is for you to move forward and away. But I have to say, just like this person is, well, I say this, but it's how it's been perceived to me, is that it may be done with a bit of a heavy heart, that you have to kind of move in a different direction in order to build stability. And you know, when you look at the landscape, because my guides are saying here, like there's something about the moon cycles with you, and something about a situation between one moon cycle and another moon cycle, where between those time frames you need to be moving on. So even this recent moon we've had, it should have magnified this feeling of you needing to kind of take bolder steps in a different direction than perhaps you have been going. So my guides are pretty much saying here, Karen, that in order to kind of build back a much more stable wool of cups, a much more stable wool of emotions than what was missing, that you basically do need to move in the direction that your higher self has been asking you to go, even if it feels like it's with a heavy heart. Hi, Mary Jane, let's pull one for you now, alright? So, oh, these aces coming out, which is always about beginnings. So, again, Anita, you know, that one that sounded a bit, you know, hard was also about creating a new beginning. This is the Ace of Cups. So for you, Mary, it's about creating a beginning, but I have to say here, you might have to purge out some stuff emotionally from your heart and your soul. My guides are saying you need to forgive something. My guides are saying here you need to also put to bed some shadow aspects in order to purge and move forward. But it's a great omen, great opportunity for you to move forward right now. Getting lots of energy about moving forwards. And it could be because the retrograde is doing that. You may even find that the moon and the retrograde has been emotionally affecting you more than usual as well. But my guides are saying here, purge it out, because the one thing you need to know is that you do need to trust your intuition. My guides are saying here, you need to trust your intuition and your faith, your spirituality. It's coming out so strong, my dear, that no matter what the land looks like right now, if it looks all messed up, that you need to trust your intuition, that things are going to be all right, that you are at the beginning of something. Feels like with this card, it's one of these cards that it could be really positive, like in the sense that you have all the abundance that you have and you need, etc., etc. But it just feels to me that this is like a purging that may feel very overwhelming, but oh boy, it's really necessary. But also that you really have to trust your faith in, because you're quite, my dad's saying you're like me a little bit in terms of very clairsentient. So that means very empathic, and not being too sensitive to people also as well. So, let's move on. Sorry, it's taking its time, it's getting stuck. Hi, Janie, if you're joining in and pulling cards for people. We've got about 15 minutes until I have to dash off. So, Janie, here we go, a card for you. Again, another cup card. You've got the Queen of Cups. Very intuitive time. They're saying here there's something, an idea, a project that you're looking at. My guides are saying right now that you really... Like, I think here that you think you're the only one who thinks it's a good idea to go in this direction, and it would be. So if everybody else around you is kind of trying to put you off going in a certain direction of an idea, project, relationship, whatever this is for you, you know, you need to listen to your own counsel right now. It's saying here, you know, this is the Queen of Cups. The person knows what they're talking about. You know, they didn't become queen for no reason. And my guides are saying here, with this card coming out today, in a very general summary overview way, that basically you've got to basically trust yourself, be your own counsel, because it's the right decision. A lot coming up, maybe because the moon energy, about people trusting their own emotions and their own decisions on things and moving forward. Hello, Eloine. I can never pronounce your name right, I do apologise. So this is a card for you, my dear. Okay, well, great card to have here. I love this card so much. She's got the 9 of Pentacles here. Alright, and she's got the flower in her hair. So my dear, they're saying here you should have a lot more confidence about your situation. So firstly, loads of abundance is coming to you at an emotional level. Lots of abundance is coming to you of a romantic nature. And that you should have a lot more confidence that you are being put on a pedestal by somebody and you don't even realise it. They're saying here that's a wonderful thing about you. You're quite humble. And it's not just that. You have, we spoke about this before, lots of admirers. They're saying here that, you know, it's beautiful to be humble, but you do need to have a lot more confidence, because a lot of abundance is coming your way where you actually have more control. So this is a card to remind you that you have a lot of control in the situation and that you shouldn't feel worried about the way that something is going to turn out, because actually it's going to turn out just fine, particularly if you let go of the worry and you act with a bit more confidence around a certain situation. All right? But do you know what I'm talking about? So, sorry, my screen is getting stuck. My screen is getting stuck. Hold on. Don't want to miss anybody. And Murphy, get to you. Another queen. My goodness me. You're all queens today. What's going on? Queen of Swords. Oh dear. So my guides are saying here, you ain't going to suffer any fools. It feels very much that right now you have got a lot to say to somebody, and if they're not careful, you may chop their head off. This card can mean many things. It can be around being very much in control of your thoughts. It can mean about, you know, somebody coming to you for counsel, for wisdom, for all those kind of things. But in this instance, my guides are saying here, you know that kind of saying, off with their heads. They're saying here, if anybody else tells you any more lies, or if this one person tells you another lie about something, you are not going to be polite about how you answer them. There's a bit of energy coming with this card around you about you putting some people in their place, and it's kind of necessary, because it means that, what's that saying? When, you know, just because, don't take my kindness for a weakness. And that's what seems to be coming out with you with this card. It's saying here, somebody is taking your kindness as a weakness, and they're pushing a button, and they're pushing a button, and they're going to get this lady. She's coming. So just watch out for that. It feels quite good that you do set the boundaries, or do, in a metaphorical way, cut someone's head off, because it means they won't do it again, basically. So just bear that also in mind. Hi Renee, hope that you're lovely. So we got this one, 3 of Cups, great card. Now Renee, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, means that whilst we are still in the summer period, you know, so even if you're not, so this is when, up until the beginning of September, you're going to be incredibly social. And they want you to do that, because this card can mean many things, but they're saying here you're going to be really, really social. They're indicating stuff around health, weight loss. They're also indicating around your friendship circle changing and increasing. But it seems to be quite key. It's not just about fun. It seems to be quite key because of the networking opportunities it puts you in present with, that then have an effect on 2 areas of your life, which comes to your love life, but also your work life also too. Sorry, I lost my train of thought then. So they kind of don't want you to be a wallflower, basically, because the energy that's coming up for you means that not only do you lift yourself to a high vibration, which seems to have many benefits for you, but also that you start to come in contact with some new people that advance you in life as well, that have the same motivation, basically, if that makes sense. Ooh. So let's go to a card for Lulu. Hi Lulu, welcome to my channel. Hope that you are well. So, oh my goodness me, what a card to pull. Let me just linger on this one, my dear, because it's a bit of a deep one to come out, but don't get frightened. Alright, so what my guides are saying here is this might have been you. See this? It's the Ten of Swords. Like somebody who is right on the floor. Now, what I like about this card, when this pulls out, because you look at it, it looks really frightening, doesn't it? But my guides are saying here that means the worst is over with. You might have been down on the floor, but oh boy, they're saying here you have a lot of power to pull those out and like a ninja, fling them in the direction they're supposed to be. So this is you've got past the worst things have been, where you were flawed, and you were about to get up, and literally like a ninja, you're going to be, taking them out and going, yo, you'll be throwing them around. Because my guides are saying, firstly, this is not you. And to let somebody make you feel like that, and you've got through the other side. So I feel like this has been a work in progress. I don't think there's something recent. I think you've been through this. You've got through the other side. You're ready now to stand up and, like you said, protect yourself, to be armed. And it's going to work quite well with you. And it doesn't mean you're going to be aggressive or anything like that, because again, that's not in your nature. But it just feels like you're going for a period of being super empowered with the way that you will not allow somebody or circumstances to put you in this place again. All right. So a bit of a deep card, but actually it's a really great card. So I hope that helps and makes sense to you, my dear. So let's just check the time. Just make sure that I ain't going to run out of time. So. The screen keeps sticking, it's really annoying, it won't move. So there we go, just a little bit more. If you're watching, I'm doing a card, got about 10 minutes left. So if you're there, all you have to do is say hello. So here we go, Lab, Meso. Alright, Page of Swords is always one about delayed communication. So you've got somebody delaying communication, but I guess the important thing here is communication is going to come. The one thing you're not to do, particularly whilst we're in this retrograde, is for you to overthink things right now, because you'll drive yourself nuts. So whether you're waiting for somebody important to call you, romantically or work-wise, it's being delayed. It might be a good idea that it's being delayed because of the retrograde, because again, the way we communicate with people or contracts don't tend to go very favourably in this time. So actually see any delay as a positive, all right? And I would say here that it should remedy itself by the 18th of August, all right? So that's what's coming out for you. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Brett, how you doing? Hope that you are well. I'm pulling a card for people that say hey, hi and hello if you're on my Facebook page. Hi, Brett. Alrighty, so. Another one that's a bit deep, Brett. Again, doesn't feel like your energy though, but let's see what I get from my guides about this one. Right, okay. They're saying it's not you, it's somebody else. So they're saying here, so you've got this card, Five of Pentacles, alright? Five of Pentacles, which often to me, if you tell the story about this card in the verbatim, it's about two people that, are down on their luck, no shoes, they're in the snow. This one's got, a disability at this time. They're cold, but they see they're walking past this church, this building, the lights are on, it's warm, it's inviting, and with most churches they will take refuge, take people in that are in this kind of state. And usually when I pull this card, Brett, it normally means that sometimes you aren't seeing salvation or warmth, but what my guides are saying here, because I don't feel that necessarily about your energy, is that somebody else sees you as a warmth and their salvation. It feels like somebody else around you is not having a good time, maybe bereaved, maybe grieving, and it is you that's been shown as their rock, as their light and their salvation. And all this card is just reminding you is to be that church a little bit, to be that warmth, that salvation, because somebody needs it from your light right now. They're saying there's no better person than you to give it at this time. So be aware, be on your alarm. There's somebody around you kind of needs you. So let's move on. Hi, Julie. Hope that you are well. Let's pull a card for you as well. Okay. So this is warning you about some conflicts coming up, okay? feels very much around the people's energy that are very jealous around you, all right? Again, because Renee's retrograde, you could get yourself into something that you don't need to. This card is a warning to have self-awareness, but in particular it's coming from energies that are jealous around you. So this can be family, this can be work. It's been in those two settings, but I don't get this coming out of you having conflict with somebody at a romantic level. This is outside of that element. This is just asking you to just, be mindful, because remember, August in particular is about us being how we react and can possibly react negatively to other people's emotions when we don't need to, and it's very much what retrogrades do. So be aware that somebody's jealousy, they may try to cause conflict with you. You have absolute choice to not engage with it, and it would be recommended that you don't. Hi Dawana, hope that you are lovely. So here we go. So okay, I'm going to do yours again, because when I pulled it, it's not for you. I know who it's for. The person underneath you. And so I'm not going to pull that one for you. So, one more. Great, love this. Basically, some of your troubles are behind you now. You're going into a time when your family, and that includes your relationships with family, your relationships with a person, is all perfect. You've got this beautiful Ten of Cups. So you are going in a time when there's less stress about you worrying about your romantic endeavours, less stress about what's happening with your children, just less stress overall. In fact, it's happy times where you bond and you get close. Also, expect another grandchild or news of one also too coming up this year, because it's your family's going to get bigger also as well. Have a baby coming into the family basically. So that's a beautiful card for you to have. Now Melina, the reason why when I pulled the first card for Dawana, it's because as I was doing it, my eyes slid down, and there was a question you particularly answered about a job interview on Wednesday. And then this card came out and I was like, this is not for Dawana, this is for you. I love this card. So the answer, quite frankly, is yes. There's a contract coming your way, my dear. Contract coming your way. This is a card that I always get when it's about contracts. So, a very good sign. And remember, with everything in life, the way we approach things at a mental level, we get despondent and think, oh, I'm not going to get it. Chances are you won't get it because your mindset is in the wrong place. Be positive. But it feels like luck's on your side anyway. Remember, we are in a retrograde. Be careful when you even with getting the job, to read contracts, to negotiate. And if you don't like and if you need to walk away, then do. Alright? So, let's just move past some people that I know I've already read for. I hope that that's been helpful. So, just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. I do apologise if I do, because my eyesight's not getting any better as I get older. So. Hi Kirstie, one for you. I only got about 3 minutes left to go, and then I do have to go, I'm afraid. Oh, love this, Kirstie. Someone loves you. Someone's going to be offering you a cup of love really soon, my dear. So if you've got somebody in your mind, and even if you have not, that's just about to change. Just about to change. They're going to be bearing their heart and their soul, and my guides are saying you deserve that truthfulness being expressed to you. So it feels like it's someone you know, because it feels like you're quite grateful for that. So that's short and sweet on that one as well. Hello Michelle, hope that you're well. So this is Michelle Blenheim. This is a card for you. Oh, that one jumped out, my goodness me. Two jumped out. All right, okay, so you've got two. One that looks and feels negative, and one that's not. So you've got the Two of Wands and you've got the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is about you having to defend yourself, and then you've got the Two of Wands, which can mean many things, but for me, this is what my guides want to say about this combination of cards that have jumped out for you. They're saying here, this is definitely about work. So this is not you arguing in a relationship, this is about work. It feels to me that you've got something coming up where you will be questioned on something to do with work. where you will feel like you have to defend yourself, but also I'm getting another job opportunity for you, which is about you considering going overseas. All right, so which may also cause you some own conflicts within your own mind as well. So you've got some things coming up with your work that you need to consider that could mean that you decide to go somewhere else that leads you to working overseas, is what my guides are saying. So I hope that helps. So let's have a look. See if there's anybody else. I don't think I have any more time left. No, I don't. I've got 1 minute. 1 minute. So I'm going to use that time just to say you're all gorgeous, lovely people. Thank you very much for joining me here. And I'll be back again tomorrow with a daily energy read. And and then it would be my last day. I've done pre-records, but if I remember rightly, my pre-records don't start until the following Monday. And again, the only way that you'll be able to get hold of me whilst I'm away is on Instago. And that's only if you have iOS, which is basically any iPhone type device. But also please bear with me that I won't be as quick as normal, because Wednesday I'm going to be on a plane for 10 hours. Then, depending on the Wi-Fi situation, just may take me a bit longer to get back. So just bear with me. Anyway, gorgeous people, I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope that's been helpful. Take care. Bye.